What's up? What's up? What's up? I didn't think I was going to go live. I'm going live for one reason and one reason only, folks. Um, so let's see. Let us see. Nobody's in here. I don't know if anybody's going to come in here. You can see my little hyperpigmented eyes. I have raccoon eyes. Hey, what's up, Miss Hughes? How you doing? That was kind of fucking. That was pretty cool. I admit when I read that, I got some chills. That was really cool. Yeah, yeah. Was that was a delight, actually. That made my day, so I appreciate that, sharing that with me. And yeah, you're right. There's some type of connection. um, um, that being said, the reason I hopped on today and this early today, we should have had trauma talk today. Hey, Joe, what's up? Thanks for popping on. I am not going to be on super long tonight or today because it is 5:17. And we were going to have trauma talk today at 1, but then everybody sort of backed out one by one because we all have things to do today. Wendy did cancel it, and they may go tomorrow. I myself will not be on if it's tomorrow. More than likely, I will be on Friday. Um, the reason I won't be on tomorrow, hey, Miss Hughes. Hey, Laura, thanks for coming in. The screen is frozen. My screen? Oh, no. Hold on. Let's see. My screen. Okay. Is it still? Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. Thank you for checking. Miss Hughes or anybody in the chat, whenever that happens, let me know because I can't tell on my side. On my side, it looks like everything's moving fine. So hey, Robes, what's up? Thanks for coming in. You slept till noon. Sick. Oh no. And a friend going to get you raisin bran and oat milk. That's good. Yeah, you are lucky for that. It's good to have someone who can help you out in those situations. My bestie is my bestie is an only parent. So when her kids do grow up and leave the house, me and Eggy are going to move in with Bestie. One of it's practical. That's our chosen family. The other practicality behind it is Bestie is a only parent, and in being an only parent, when your kids leave, you will be alone in the house if you don't find a spouse or a mate. We want to be there so that we can take Bestie to colonoscopies and the doctor's appointments, and they can do the same for us. So oh, it was your connection misuse. Okay, wonderful. So I'm talking about my bestie, and how we were all going to move in together, me, Egg, and Bestie, because it's like a Golden Girls situation. We're going to live, hopefully, until we die together. Now that's looking far, far ahead. We are all me and Bestie are in our 50s, young 50s, and Egg is in her mid 40s. She's still the baby out of all of us. But yes, we are planning on living, all of us living together. Because we love each other, we're chosen family, and also because of practicality. And because it costs too much to live alone nowadays, it really does. Even with a good job, it's just expensive living alone. And for people who have medical illnesses or mental illnesses, living alone is rough. So, I am. Joe, I hope you're feeling better. Definitely, Joe. Let's see, Bestie pushed me around in my wheelchair for around 6 months. So blessed. I cry. I'm 57, but out of the wheelchair almost except for long distances. Awesome. Awesome. Like there's no shame in the game of using a wheelchair or any kind of ADA or disabled or necessary equipment to help you walk or to help you get around. There's no shame in that game. I'm getting myself a cane. I need to because yeah, I have edema, in my legs. I have to wear compression stockings. This all just happened. Like one day it wasn't there, and the next day it was there. You know, and it wasn't ever like that. So I don't know how it happened. I mean, and seriously, it was just one day. And I immediately went to the vascular surgeon. They did an ultrasound of my legs to make sure there were no clots. And then she was like, just wear some compression stockings, and I was like, okay, but can't there be something else to be done? And she was like, no, not really. Compression stockings. If it gets worse, then, come back and see me. So it's kind of stayed the same. Yeah. But the reason for the season, the real reason for the season is that let's see what time it is right now. 22. So in 38 minutes, yes, 38 minutes, 6:00 p.m. The compression stockings, yeah, they do kind of hurt. I've found some that are stylish, so they go well with my dresses. And I've always liked the socks up to the knees look. So I get a kick out of that. I have some like checked and some striped, black and white, and some black and gray, and some black and gray checkers. So they all look good with like white dresses or yellow dresses, like all my dresses. So, but yeah, they're a pain to get on. They're a pain to take off. But they feel good. But the reason for the season, y'all, let me get back to it. Seriously, you wear them when you're standing for long periods. Okay, that makes sense too. Yeah, I just put them on in the morning, wear them until about 8:00, and then take them off. Yeah, I get mine at Vim and Vigor online. So if anybody needs to get compression stockings, it's Vim and ampersand and Vigor. Yeah, that's them. Vim and Vigor. So they have good compression stockings or socks. Actually, I don't know why I say stockings because they're not really stockings anymore. They're like socks. Like the first pair I got were like stocking almost. They were thin and they ripped pretty much immediately. I didn't like them, and then I got some more from the women's wellness place where I went to get my first pair, and those were sporty pairs, so they were a lot thicker and a little bit more comfortable. But the reason for the season is that in half an hour, I get to start my prep for my colonoscopy. Yay! I have a colonoscopy tomorrow. Let me hit that applause button. And let me tell you, I realize that is loud on y'all's end, and I'm sorry. I got to figure out how to make that quieter. Let me turn this up so I can. Okay, that might work. That might work. Let me do this and then turn that down. And yeah, okay. So all that is set. Microphone. Hold on now. Microphone. Okay. I had to make sure my mic was working. So yeah, colonoscopy tomorrow. Not really excited. Of course, who's excited for a colonoscopy? I am excited for the nice sleep, and honestly, I'm excited to like kind of clear out my system. That is nice. Yes, I know, colonoscopy prep. That is the beast. And the thing about colonoscopy prep is I have to drink, it's super up. So I have to drink this super up like at 6:00, and then I have to drink two 16-ounce glasses of water. And then, of course, I'll be pooping all night. And then let's see, my procedure's at 9. I have to be there at 8, but I have to 6 hours before my procedure. No, 6 hours before I think it's 6 hours before my procedure, I have to drink the last bit of the Suprep. So we're talking like like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I have to drink the rest of it. So my whole thing was like, I hope I can get clear so I don't shit myself on the way to the hospital to get my colonoscopy. Because I may need to use the bathroom, like with all that stuff coming out. Hopefully, it'll like all clear itself, but you never know. So, and to be clear, I have Crohn's disease, so shitting myself has happened more times than I'd like to admit. There have been a lot of embarrassing situations. Most people with Crohn's will have at least one embarrassing story, and most people with Crohn's will, at some point in their lives, travel with like a go bag. And that go bag will have like a change of underwear, change of pants, a change of shirt, some toilet paper, some baby wipes, things like that. Uh, oh, Joe, you postponed your yeah. So because I have Crohn's, I was diagnosed in 1996. I've been getting colonoscopies since then, and so I'm like, your first one you get is free. Like for me, everything after that has cost. So I have not had a free colonoscopy since 1996. Um, it has been, and so tomorrow's cost is $250. Um, Now, of course, what that's going to do is knock down um, my what's it called? My out of cost maximum, out of pocket maximum. It'll knock that down a good bit. But yeah, um, walking to I pooped myself. Yeah, yeah. So that and that is unfortunately that happens more often than people understand. That everybody makes fun of president of. No, I'm not going to say president of the shithead for shitting his pants, but like I would say 80% of Crohn's patients have done it once before. So. Oh, Joe, you have colonoscopy prep tomorrow. Oh shit. Okay. In misuse, you had to do several last year. Yeah. So there have been years where I've had 3 or 4 done. And last year was the first year I did not have one done. So I usually will have one done at least once a year. Last year I did not have one, so I'll definitely be having one tomorrow, and then I'll be good unless they find something. And my guess is that they're going to find something. It may not be anything major, but I do have active disease. I just think it's going to be more active than it was last time. So that was 2 years ago. I think that, and we've been doing blood tests and poopy samples to rule out C. diff and all that good stuff, and any kind of infection or bacteria or bug. Yeah. So. Yes, it is, Rose. Your poo is blood. So so Joe, like, I talk to Egg all the time, and I'm like, I'm on my period, because I shit blood a lot. And people get like really scared when they see a lot of blood in the toilet, like a toilet full of blood. I never do, because like I've gone a week shitting nothing but blood, and I'm so used to it right now that if I see blood, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Now of course that depends on the color of the blood, and that lets you know where it's coming from for the most part. If it's I think if it's darker, then it is coming from your intestinal area, and if it's lighter, it's more hemorrhoids type things, yeah, or around the rectum, anus area, like fissures and things like that. But I have a feeling there will be fistulas or ulcerations and ulcers lining my colon and small intestine, because I had 2 small bowel resections, which is where they go in, cut out the diseased portion of the small intestine and the large intestine, then reattach them. So I've had two of those, and I almost died. Yay! I was in ICU for 7 days. Um, my family was called to my bedside. Egg was, of course, so unsurprisingly, extremely scared, and like she was there by herself, and I apparently was um, a very big pain. Like I was very scared, and apparently I was. Yeah, I don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember a lot of it. So I probably blocked it out. Um, you had an upper then lower, and they did camera capsule thing. So I've had all of those. Yeah, I've done the camera capsule. I've had upper and lower. They'll probably do. They're not going to do an upper tomorrow, as far as I know. They're just going to do the colonoscopy part. Well, the colonoscopy part, not the endoscopy is like the whole thing, I think. But I haven't had an upper in a minute, and I would not be surprised if next year I'll have to have both. Because I think my disease. Oh, whoa, camera. Where did you go? Come back to me, my beautiful camera. Hold on, y'all. My camera disappeared, so I have to do some crazy things just to get it back. Camera, Lenovo. Please wait for the preview. Preview is loading. Disco, 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 and I'm back. I have to do this whole thing like where I have to trick the camera into actually working. It's like it's got its own mind. So yeah, upper endoscopy, then lower camera capsule thing. Yeah, oh holy hell, I want to cancel my appointment. Yeah, I'm dizzy at the thought. I'm the toughest lightweight little thing anyone ever met. You could make it, damn it. Yeah, it's really the only problem with colonoscopies are honestly, like Robe said, are the prep, is the prep. The prep is, vicious. Like if you've ever had to clean yourself out, then you know how crazy it is. Like it's just you know, there's a point where you just cannot be too far away from the toilet. There is a point. Like it won't happen immediately, but it'll happen in about an hour or two, and then it'll just all start come flooding out, and I will be on the. Oh God, fuck my camera. Fuck them hoes. I don't understand why my camera keeps crapping out. Um, I do not like my camera, I said. The problem is I just bought this camera, and I just don't understand why it won't stay on. There we go. So it should come back in. There it is. There it is. There it is. And I'm coming back. There I am. You had to prep 2 days prior and couldn't eat nada. Yeah, so I haven't been able to eat since 12 a.m. I ate some rice at 11 last night, just to kind of hold myself. I will be able to eat after 12 tomorrow. So that's a clip, but it feels good so far. I'm a little dizzy, but I also don't feel like I need food right now, and I probably won't feel like I need food. I mean, I need weed. They did explicitly state that I can't smoke weed tomorrow until after the procedure. They were like, after the procedure, you're good. But before the procedure, let's not do this. So I will smoke, I'll smoke until probably about 11:30, and then I will stop. So that way it'll give it time to kind of lower out. Like it doesn't matter because I've got so much THC running through my system right now, that even it's kind of funny because when I went to rehab, I had stopped smoking. I went to AA and NA, which, by the way, is just trading one addiction for another. So I went to AA and NA, did not finish either. because like I was not going to do the 12th step of AA, which is going out and basically converting people. And, that is not my fucking style at all. So I don't convert anybody in my spirituality. I don't expect to convert anybody in my, rehab and shit. Um, Yes, yes. The earliest appointment available. So my appointment's at 9 and I have to be there at 8. That is not the earliest appointment, but it's the second earliest appointment. The earliest appointment is 8 and you have to be there at 7. So like I got the second slot. Usually if it starts at 9, then it will if it starts at 9, then it will run through about, like, I'll wake up around 11:30, maybe even earlier than that, 10:30, 10. If it starts at 9, maybe 10:30. And then I have to be in recovery till I fart my ass out, meaning I have to pass gas because they pump anesthesia into you. And they want to make sure that you're able to pass gas. And then I get to go home. Of course, I can't sign any legal documents. I can't drive, all that good stuff because I'm still under the effects of anesthesia. But I will be happy to have a nice meal, so maybe it'll be a steak because I haven't had a steak in probably 6 months, which is a long time for me. So yeah. But your disco, 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 disco. What is that? Is this my monitor you're saying? Let me turn this all down a bit. I don't know if that's what you're saying, Joe. Um, but yeah, the colonoscopy prep is getting ready to start in, T minus 22 minutes. Yay. I've already started kind of. Excuse me. I've already started kind of. This is my second Gatorade. I've already had a gang of water. I want to make sure that I'm hydrated and that I have electrolytes in me, some sodium, so I don't get cramps. You know, Egg made me some Jello, so it can at least pretend like I'm eating something, which is more satisfying than just drinking liquid. Okay, Miss Hughes, thanks for dropping by. We will talk later. Definitely, you and I have a connection. Everybody else, I have to go because unfortunately, I have to get ready for this poopy session. Thanks for joining in. No trash, so trash. Yeah, no trash, no transphobia, no racism, no ableism, no homophobia. No sexism, no homophobia, no Islamophobia. No xenophobia, no borders, fuck Trump, and fuck ICE. Oh, Brandon, you just got here. Yeah. Oh God, I'm resorting to Jello, and I'll tell you why. Because I've got a poopy play tonight, tomorrow. Yes, poopy play, poop and play, poop, pay to play, poopy time. And I'm paying for my poopy in the way that I get a tube up the butt, which is usually not bad, but it will be fun tomorrow. It'll feel good. I'll be sleep. So I'll be sleep. They'll stick it up my butt and into my colon, like really get in there. But everybody have a good night, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Thank you, Brandon. Sweet boy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call you boy. Sweet man.